top 5 unknowns in the Army before basic training. So everyone thinks they know what Army basic training looks like because of all the movies. The screaming drill sergeants, the pre-dawn wake-ups, thousands and thousands of push-ups. And look, some of these are definitely true, but what the movies don't show you are the little-known details that can make or break your experience. The things that blindside recruits who thought they had it all figured out. So in this video, I'm pulling back the curtains on five things I wish I knew before I shipped out. We're talking about everything from frustrating lost week before training even begins, which is reception, to the real reason so many people fail land navigation. This isn't stuff you'll find in a recruiting pamphlet. This is the insider knowledge that gives you a real edge and helps you not just survive, but actually succeed. So let's dive in here. So section 1, the week that doesn't count. Welcome to reception. First up is the part of basic training that isn't even basic training, the Reception Battalion. You have the image in your head of a bus doors opening to chaos and your training begins instantly. But that's not what happens. Before the clock on your 10 or 22 weeks of training even starts, you enter a multi-day to week-long administrative limbo known as 0 week. This is your first real taste of the Army's hurry up and wait philosophy. You'll spend hours and hours in lines for paperwork, medical screenings, immunizations, and even gear issue or uniform issue. It's not physically intense, but it is mentally draining. You're in the confusing new world, stripped of your identity, and the main activity is waiting. This is often a bigger shock than the first day with drill sergeants because nobody prepares you for the sheer boredom. But it serves as a critical purpose, ensuring every recruit is medically and administratively cleared before the real training begins. It's a filter of a different kind, testing your patience before you even learn to fire a rifle. Now, I've shipped out in February 14th of 2024, and it was freezing cold when we arrived. A lot of people quit during this first week. I mean, it was so cold we were huddling in the bathrooms using hand warmers to stay warm, and a lot of people did not make it through this first week, but I promise you basic training is better than reception. So once you make it past there, that's when the fun really begins. So section 2, the real reason land navigation washes people out. Moving on to number 2. Every recruit knows they'll have to learn to read a map and compass. What they don't know is why the Army takes it so seriously and why it remains such a common point of failure. It's not just another test, it's a core principle of the Army's identity. Think about it. The Army literally mapped America and with expeditions like Lewis and Clark, and that legacy is baked into basic training. Drill sergeants aren't just teaching you to find a point on a map, they are stress testing your ability to operate when technology goes down. The real challenge, the part that gets people, is night land nav. Finding your points in the dark with nothing but a red lens flashlight and a compass is where people fall apart. The Army has been re-emphasizing these skills because in real conflict, GPSs can be jammed. They need soldiers who can navigate the old-fashioned way. So don't just glance at a compass before you ship out. Buy a real one. Go to a park, practice plotting points, looking at topographic maps, and it's a fundamental skill, and getting good at it before you arrive will put you way ahead of the other soldiers and peers. Section 3, the physical standard is a brutal filter. The next thing you need to know is that the physical standards are more than just a test. They're a filter. You might see fitness test videos and think, I can do that, but here's a reality check. Only 23 to 30% of young Americans even qualify for military service, with fitness being a major hurdle. The standards are designed to be tough from day one. And here's a critical update. As of mid-2025, the Army has rolled out the new Army Fitness Test, or AFT. This isn't the old sit-ups and push-ups test, nor is it the most recent ACFT. The AFT is a 5-event test. The 3 repetition max deadlift, hand release push-ups, sprint drag carry, plank, and a 2-mile run. Failing a record fitness test doesn't just mean that you're getting a talking to. It can mean you get recycled, which means sent back to train with another platoon, delaying your graduation and crushing your morale. I've known a couple people that have been recycled 2-3 different times for various reasons. Sometimes medical, they hurt their ankle, they can't perform, they get recycled. Sometimes failing an ACFT, etc. You definitely want to avoid that and graduate as fast as possible. It's not always the people who look out of shape that fail. It's often the people who only trained for strength and ignored endurance. You need both in training. Your goal shouldn't be to just pass. It should be to dominate it. So section 4, the unwritten rules that will get you in trouble. Number 4 is all about the culture. You can memorize every rank and regulation, but it's the unwritten rules that will trip you up. I'm talking about things like never walking with your hands in your pockets. That's seen as lazy and undisciplined, and it's about the legendary way your bed must be made. And it has to be made so tight that a drill sergeant can bounce a quarter off of it. If it's not made right, they'll come undo it and ruffle it, and then you're going to do it and make it right until it is the way that they like it. These seemingly small details are actually constant, low-level stress tests. Can you maintain perfect attention to detail while you're exhausted, hungry, and getting yelled at? Those surprise inspections aren't just about cleanliness. They are about assessing your ability to follow instructions to the letter under pressure. They're always looking through your lockers. Open your lock, stand there, watch them look through it. If they find anything, you're in trouble. You will learn to change uniforms in minutes, shine your boots to a mirror finish, and keep your locker perfectly organized. I highly recommend buying hangers. I bought hangers at the PX when I was in training just for my uniform, because you're always changing, so you need quick and easy access to your uniform. It's not about the pockets or the bed. It's about forging discipline and an unwavering attention to detail that can one day save a life. Section 5, mental toughness isn't what you think it is. Finally, let's talk about mental toughness. Everyone expects the shark attack, that infamous moment when you first meet your drill sergeant and all hell breaks loose. You expect to be yelled at, but what you probably don't know is that it is all carefully managed process. It's not random chaos. It's a form of psychological conditioning. The sleep deprivation, the constant corrections, the seemingly impossible timelines, they're all designed to break down your civilian habits and rebuild you as a soldier who can function under extreme stress. The attrition rate for the Army basic training is typically between 11 and 14%, and it's often not just a physical failure, but an inability to handle the mental pressure. The real secret is understanding why it's happening. They are testing your resilience, knowing that the pressure has a purpose and helps you endure it. It's a game, and the goal is to show you can keep going, even when you think you can't. These are 5 of the biggest unknowns before heading to basic training. Knowing them won't make basic training easy, but it will make you smarter, more prepared, and a lot more confident. If you got value out of this video, do me a favor and hit that like button, and please subscribe. I'm going to be making much more military content here, and share it with somebody who's thinking about joining. And now I have a question for you. What are you most nervous about for basic training? Drop it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. Remember, basic training is a challenge by design, but it's a challenge that tens of thousands of soldiers successfully complete every year. It's tough, but it's absolutely achievable. By understanding these unknowns, from reception and land nav to the true purpose of the physical and mental tests, you're already one step ahead. Train smart, stay focused, and you will succeed.